Push record.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, so anyway, we wanted to record this in case anybody else want to get this info. So anyway, going back to three-way call, it's important to kind of be comfortable doing this because that's really how we grow this business is through three-way calling or doing and completing three-way calls, inviting people to them. One of the things I just learned that's kind of cool, you know, you kind of want to, you feel like you need to be an expert. I feel like a lot of people are like, well, I'm not good enough or I don't know enough in order to talk to somebody about this business or invite them to this business. I don't even feel like I know, you know, half the stuff I'm supposed to know or, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's a big worry and a big concern for many people coming into this business, which is kind of something that you have to overcome quickly and know that no one's going to be an expert. I mean, I'm still learning every day about, you know, skincare tricks and the products and, you know, even the business styles that work and things like that. But what you do know how to do is that you know how to link arms and you know how to find the answer because we have all kinds of resources through Team Drive, Team Give, the RF Connection. There's always a way to find the answer, and that's what your, you know, person that got you into this business can do. Or even if that person's new, that's what her upline partner is here to, you know, we're all benefiting off of, and, you know, we want to see you be successful because our success is based on your success. So don't feel like you can't just jump in and start working this business and doing what you got to do. That's why the Fast Start program's in place, you know, and that, in order to get your HIT reimbursed, it involves doing three-way calls and recruiting. So that means bringing on 2 people and having those 2 people get to executive consultant in the same month for a couple months in a row. So there's no other way to do that unless you're, you know, reaching out about joining your team and potentially getting on these three-way calls. So, and I know a lot of people are a little worried about like, well, what happens on a three-way call? You know, is this person, my sponsor, going to get on and ramble on forever, pressure this person? So I understand that. That's why we want to do this call tonight, just to kind of take you through. We're not going to do it verbatim, but take you through what is said on a three-way call and kind of, you know, ease some of that anxiety that you're familiar with what we do say on these conference calls with your prospects. Another huge thing about three-way calls is the duplicating factor. You know, people that come on or come into the business. When I was brought into the business, I spoke with my sponsor, Angela Rodinella, and then I spoke with Becca O'Leary, who's an RFXer. So I was brought on through a three-way call. And so, of course, right away, I started doing that in my business because that's, you know, I liked that experience. And it's also one of those things that she, you know, Angela, who was new at the time too, she didn't have a big team or anything like that, which I really didn't know. You know, for all I knew, she had 20 people on her team. I didn't really know. But, you know, she basically just introduced me to Becca and said, you know, Becca's going to kind of answer all your questions and tell you a little bit more about the ins and outs and her story, her perspective. And after that, you know, if it seems like it's a good fit, then, you know, we'll tell you about the steps to get started. And so that actually was attractive to me because I was like, okay, cool. When I have a prospect, you know, that's needing to join this business, then all I have to do is plug Angela or Becca. They're going to come in and they're going to kind of do all the work. And all I have to do is kind of connect people. So that's, anybody can do that, which is attractive to people because they don't want to have to be the expert that knows everything and anything about the business. They want to be able to, you know, just kind of make money. And so I think it was Bob Helig, you know, the network marketing guy. He said, actually, the less you stay in this business, the more money you make. There's a direct correlation. Three-way calls are essential because it's basically saying, hey, we have this awesome supportive team and you don't have to be an expert. We can plug you in. They already feel like, you know, they're part of the team. They're supported because they know a couple different people and they have a couple different stories. And then when they get started, they're going to go ahead and use three-way calls in their business. And that's what you want to duplicate. With that said, also the kits that are presented on the three-way call, we can actually talk through the different kits and the value of going with a $695 and a $995 kit over just a $45 portfolio, which again, I came on with a bigger kit, so that's what I recommend to people. It duplicates. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about a three-way call, and then after that, I'm going to tell you about an incentive I'm going to do for the rest of June based around three-way calls too. So, okay, so I brought Jen Franz. She's a level 2 on Team Drive, and Carla, she's a level 5. And then we're just going to kind of take you through, we've done lots of three-way calls together. So we're going to just kind of mock one up. And can you give me just 1 second? My kids are being awfully loud. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and do take off here, because I can't do that. Why? Okay, so that's part of it too, is that I do a lot of this around my kids' schedule, and a lot of times I have to find a secret hiding place to do my three-way calls, and a lot of times it's in a closet, and I'm not gonna lie, you do, that's one of the things, like setting your hours of operation and trying to get this done. Sometimes you have to step outside and do these three-way calls, do them in your car. I do them kind of everywhere. So getting familiar, that's another thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a script that I use, but getting familiar kind of with a script once you start doing these for your, if you do recruit people to your team, getting familiar, being able to talk about it. But yeah, you definitely wanna not have a kid screaming in the background. Carla, Jen, myself, we've all been there where the kid just starts freaking out, and it really, you lose your credibility. I mean, so a lot of us are moms, and even pets, try to get somewhere that's quiet, that you can kind of, focus on kind of your notes in front of you, and that makes things a lot less stressful, because I've tried to do it with my kids literally like pulling my hair during three-way calls. It's not fun. Okay, so ring. Okay, Jen, take it away. You're the one connecting everybody, okay?
Okay. All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, and we're just going to use our real names.
Okay. Hey, Jenny, it's Jen. I've got Carla on the phone, and I wanted to introduce her to you. You've done so well. You're such an inspiration to all of us, and I wanted to kind of let her know how you've moved up so fast in the company. She's interested in retiring from nursing, and so I thought you'd be great to give her some tips and give her more information so she can decide whether she wants to join the business or remain a customer.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Carla, you're currently a preferred customer, or are you, what is your current situation? Or
nope, I've never tried the products, and but I'm a nurse right now. I'm working a ton of hours, so I'm really busy. I've got 2 kids, and so the time, I'm interested, but I do have some concerns, and it seems like pretty expensive too. But yeah, I mean, I am curious to hear about it a little bit, I guess.
Okay, great. So what's got you curious? Like, have you been interested in the products mainly? Are you kind of looking to, reduce your hours at work, or kind of what's your goals right now with potentially joining Rodan and Fields?
Well, I do have some pretty serious skin concerns from pregnancy. I have like the dark melasma pregnancy spot, so that's, that does bother me. So I've kind of had, had my eye on the market for skincare, but I am worried about the cost of it.
Okay.
So I'm just, I'm interested, but I'm just not sure, like, how far would I really want to go with this? And then the time thing too. I mean, it sounds kind of fun, but got a lot going on.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I totally kind of know where you're coming from, and just right off the bat, being a nurse, that gives you kind of a big leg up in this business, because nurses on our team, they really seem to do exceptionally well. I think it's because you kind of have that clinical component, that credibility that you can leverage with being a nurse and having that experience. So I'm just kind of throw that out there, but yeah, I totally get it. I think that's how a lot of people come onto this to talk to us about this business, is because themselves are having skin concerns. And I know personally, when I, was reached out to about this business, I kind of laughed because someone had sent me a message and said, oh, you have such beautiful skin, you would do so well. But I was really struggling, with my skin. I think, a lot of the airbrushing or the, makeup I was wearing was doing me some favors. So I was selfishly interested myself in mainly getting the skincare at a great discount and potentially seeing, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and like I said, when I got reached out to, I had a 1 and a 2-year-old. So I was totally like, there's no way I was going to be able to fit something like this in with screaming infants in the background. But lo and behold, here I am, and it's been, more than I ever could have imagined. It's been a 1.5 years in the business, and I've been able to, of course, fix my skin issues. Our reverse regimen is kind of where I started. I had, the same thing, pregnancy melasma, and I had dark spots and just starting to see a lot of fine lines and wrinkles. And, I was blown away by our products, and the products are great. I'm sure you've seen a lot of the before and afters that Jen's posting. But yeah, it's been transformative for me. So that was kind of like being a walking billboard. My mom had great results. So the products are wonderful, fix those concerns. But the best part, has been the business, to be honest. I've reconnected with so many people. I've grown a team. I didn't even set out to grow a team. I kind of wanted to just sell the products here and there, but it turned into much more. I've now hit the, top 1% of the company. I'm getting free trips. I'm on my way to getting a free Lexus. It's replaced, essentially an income for our family. And it's given us so many options that just more than I ever could have hoped for. So I love helping new people that are on the, kind of the edge, to see what I've been able to see with this business. And if, you want to start whatever your goals are, one of the great things is that we match your goals. So, from the start, I think you can see, yes, it's stick it, the skincare, see what happens from there. But a lot of times your eyes are open to what this can turn into. So with that said, I will just kind of briefly talk to you about the products, or kind of the history of the doctors, and then I'll go in briefly, touch on what our products are, touch a little bit about the opportunity right now, some of the press that we have, and then we'll just answer any questions. But this is purely just to see if this could be a good fit for you. But anytime I'm talking, feel free to ask any questions at any time. Do you have any questions for me right now, or about my story, or you just kind of want to hear me talk?
Yeah, it just sounds like you were successful really fast. That's awesome. I don't know if I could do something like that, but it does sound, I love the before and after pictures I see, and it does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, cool. So with no questions, basically, one of the things that attracted me, of course, I saw the before and afters, and I was excited about, transforming my skin. But I also liked that this business, there's never been a brand of this magnitude delivered through direct selling. So these were the doctors, of course, who created Proactiv. So I knew my mom, she had adult acne. This was the only product that had helped her with her acne. And so, it was kind of cool that when I told her, hey, I'm potentially looking at, joining a company, Rodan & Fields, their anti-aging line, she was like, oh, really? She already knew Rodan & Fields. She knew them from the infomercials in the 90s. So I knew I was going to be able to get my foot in the door with a lot of people just based on, throwing out that Proactiv name drop. So that's one of the cool things I want to kind of throw out there. But these doctors, this is their legacy line. Rodan & Fields is the anti-aging legacy line. People were coming to them, yes, you solved my acne concerns, but what can you do for my wrinkles, my fine lines, my sunspots, my sensitive skin? So they knew that there were other skin concerns that, they wanted to be able to deliver to the masses on. They wanted to be able, that was kind of their vision. They wanted to be able to, take it another step forward. And there was a limitation with acne. The acne market is much smaller than the anti-aging market. Only a small percentage of 10% of people, deal with acne, whereas everybody has skin, everybody's aging. The anti-aging industry is at $4 billion. It's projected to triple in the next few years. It's just massive, and we're going to own it just like we owned it with the acne market with Proactiv. It's going to be even bigger. So that's kind of the vision in this, is that this is, Proactiv's in 180 plus countries. We're just now going into Australia. We went into Canada last year. So, we're just scratching the surface with what Radiant Fields is going to be. So it's really exciting. Okay, so that's kind of one of the things. And the history behind it is that we aren't just a skincare company or we're not just a direct selling company that chose skincare to sell. We were already established in the high-end retail market. So we were in Henry Bendel's, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom's, and did very well. We were already succeeding as the #1 clinical brand, partnered with Estee Lauder. In 2006 and 2007, we were #1 in Nordstrom stores. So it was quite the eye-opener, or kind of a bold move that the doctors made in 2008 when they decided to go out of the retail setting. And they did this because they saw a trend on social media, people going to social media to get their recommendations from friends. They wanted to leverage that because they did notice in the retail stores that people were coming in not because of any in-store advertising, but because of word of mouth. They wanted to reward the customers that were referring their friends. So they want to empower these people, their customers, their loyal customers, to earn commissions instead of paying all the in-store overhead of being in the department stores. They also saw people, shopping online more. I mean, think about it, Amazon and Uber, these are black swan companies that, have really changed the market. Now Amazon, is bigger than Walmart stores. Walmart stores are closing. The retail stores are closing. They're becoming the dinosaur model. So we were kind of like that first. That's what we are for skincare. And so it was a really good decision. And in every single year since pulling out of retail in 2008, we've grown in the triple digits. So it's been a very, very lucrative business decision for us to go in the direct selling model. And yeah, we've now become the #2 overall prestige skincare company in the United States. And that's competing with companies like Clinique, which is #1, but we've surpassed Lancome and Estee Lauder, companies that have been around since the 60s. We're still in our baby stages. So fastest growing company because of these really genius doctors, and of course because our products work. So yeah, it's been great, their vision of not only growing but also empowering people like you and me to be entrepreneurs and gain financial freedom this time along with them. They got all the money with Proactiv, but now we're able to earn right along with these doctors. So it's really something I've come to view as a gift. Okay, so that's kind of the story. We've jumped. Now there is. These doctors did realize or acknowledge that there is the stigma around direct selling, that, it's kind of got this icky feeling. You don't want to be the, the person knocking on people's doors, looking in the windows, hey, I've got your shipment or whatever. So, and that was something for me. I would have never signed up for something where I had parties every other night, or, carry a van load of inventory around in my car, around my kids' lives. There was just no way I would have signed up for that. So they really have redefined the direct selling industry. We don't do parties, we don't do inventory, we don't do paperwork. It's all virtual franchise that's done online, on social media, around our busy lives. And, basically it grows through, that and our happy customer. So, and that's because these products actually work. Once you do, kind of make your sale and, you get someone using a product, the products sell themselves. And a lot of times it's a consumable product. So they're ordering every 60 days to replenish their supplies, or they become a consultant themselves because they want to tell their friends and make money too. So that's how the business grows. The products I'll just kind of brief you on. I'm sure you've seen some of the, the product posts that Jen's made, but it's pretty straightforward. It's multi-med therapy. That's the philosophy, which was something I had to, kind of get around my head. I was bouncing around, had a big product graveyard of, these miracle products that I thought were going to work, and they just didn't, because I wasn't doing the right steps. I wasn't doing them in the right order. I didn't have the right ingredients. These are the most medicine that you're going to get, medicines and active cosmetic ingredients that you're going to get over the counter without having to go to your dermatologist and get a prescription. So, you know, that's kind of the philosophy, and it truly works. You know, and we have a 60-day guarantee that people can, you know, of course, you want to take a baseline picture every 30 days, kind of compare those pictures, because it's going to be subtle changes over time, but your skin keeps improving. And it's really been amazing for me on, you know, being consistent with your skincare is how you get results. But of course we have acne, our Unblemished regimen right now, #1 premium acne line in the United States. And that's, you know, a sulfur-based regimen where they just tackle the acne spots, and it's really great because they found with the benzoyl peroxide, which is in most acne treatments, that if they separate the packaging on that so it doesn't commingle other ingredients, that it's actually more effective and longer lasting. So that's a really great regimen. It helps with oil-controlled skin, and it's just been, I mean, the before and afters with our Unblemished regimen are just crazy. We have the Soothe line, which is really, really awesome, and that's for people with sensitive skin. So anybody that is struggling with dry skin, or maybe they can't use products that, you know, they're like, oh my gosh, every time I try a new product, my skin freaks out. They have rosacea or eczema or something like that. Just an irritated complexion. This is such a game changer for them because it really gets down and it changes their lipid barrier, it repairs things, it strengthens their skin to be able to tolerate something more aggressive for anti-aging or another concern they might have that they're just not addressing. Actually, something I've learned is that sensitive skin will age you faster than anything else. And if you don't get it in check, it's going to be a problem. So, you know, I love helping people with the Soothe line. A lot of them become consultants because they've been searching for so long for something. They've been paying high copays at the dermatologist. So this is really a great regimen to be able to offer to people. Okay, and then we have Reverse. Reverse, like I said before, is what I started with. It's what Jen started with. It's like boot camp for your face. I love starting people here because it just wipes the skin clean, takes away your dark spots on your face. It's great for melasma. Anybody that's just got a dull blah, you know, needs a pick-me-up. It's so exfoliating. It uses pure vitamin C and retinol, so it fights fine lines too, and it has a really strong sunscreen. All of our products or regimens have sunscreen in them because that's, you know, crucial to, you know, not having all the damage come back when you've done all the work in the treatment. And then finally, we have our Redefine line, which is our flagship line, and this is for anti-aging, fine lines, and wrinkles. So basically, anybody can be on Redefine from age 19 to age 95, and it's a simple 3-step thing, morning and night, where you are going to be able to treat your pores, your fine lines, and it's just, we call it Spanx for your face. Basically, it just firms everything up, and it's really amazing. Again, #1 anti-aging line in the United States right now, so pretty awesome that we can offer that. We also have a couple tools that we can offer your customers to amp up your results. We have Acute Care, which is fill a wrinkle while you sleep. It's our newest product. It's gotten, we get more free press, by the way, than any other skincare company out there, the top 10 direct selling companies combined, and that's because beauty editors pick our products and they share them with their readers because they actually work, and we have a great guarantee. So Acute Care has gotten all kinds of press, as well as our roller just recently, but basically it's just delivering hyaluronic acid and peptide, which are naturally occurring in our bodies that decrease, of course, when we age. And it's just, you put it on at night, it's like a little Band-Aid you put over your expression line, and it fills the wrinkle while you sleep. So it's a fabulous product to kind of get those stubborn wrinkles that are kind of left over. And a lot of times with the Redefine regimen, though, you don't even need it because it kind of takes everything. But if you need something extra, you want to target some areas, Acute Care is a great thing to buy. And actually, you get 20% off when you buy it with the regimen, so you can also save some money that way. Our roller is very, very popular. I actually like to sell it it's kind of a popular thing that I sell to initial customers because they get faster results. They actually get 50% more out of their regimen when they use the AMP roller. And what it is this little device, a little roller. It has like 100 92 micro needles on it. It kind of sounds painful, but it really isn't. It actually feels kind of nice. And after your toner, you just roll it in several different directions, no more than a minute after that step. And basically it creates these little microchannels that builds collagen as you roll. And it really amps up your results and get your serum that it comes with working much more effectively, getting it on a deeper layer. So those are a couple of the tools. They're kind of the products, the overview. The press, I kind of mentioned before, it's just crazy. You know, we've been mentioning in Forbes the last couple of months. Our team of support is another awesome thing. So, you know, we're Team Give, which I wish everybody in this company was Team Give. We're all about paying it forward, empowering women. And, you know, that's something that I was really blown away by, was the level of support our team offers, the level of training that you'll get. Basically, it's all these women that are cheering you on. They want to see you be successful. And, you know, you're not alone in this business. You know, you were definitely in business for yourself and your own goals, but, you know, you're not by yourself. We are going to give you the support you need to be successful and match your efforts. That said, compensation's great, super generous. You get 100% of the retail profit on what you're selling, which is the difference between your cost as a representative, which is you get 25% discount, and the cost that you're selling at. So you get a nice little chunk of change there. Then you get commissioned as an active consultant too. So you get up to 15% commission on what you're selling as well. If you build a team, if you decide to go that route, I didn't at first, but kind of just happened for me. That's where you can really, you know, build something, you know, really significant. Because if you build a team, you're actually getting, of course, paid on, you know, what they're doing for their own business, but you're also getting paid 5% on their sales as well. So that can really add up quite quickly, and that's where you can, you know, start running for a Lexus car. You can, you know, start competing to get trips. You know, there's all kinds of wonderful perks. We have a Lead the Way program too that just launched, which is really excellent. And that's not just for recruitment. That's for preferred customers, you know, based on customers renewing their product and whatnot. But Lead the Way gives you all these goodies. I want a projector screen, you know, laptop, iPad mini. I've gotten so many of these goodies, you know, jewelry sent to me based, you know, from these generous doctors just for hitting these milestones, which Lead the Way is great because it kind of, you know, you see, oh, I need 2 more orders for, you know, to get another mile. It's kind of like based on miles. And so it kind of pushes you a little more in your business too, which for me, that really helped to grow my business that much faster. So there's all these great incentive programs. Right now, corporate is doing a double kit reimbursement incentive. I so wish this would have been around when I started. I think we had like a free iPad maybe. I don't even remember, but this is a crazy thing. I had one of the girls on my team just complete her second reimbursement. But yeah, just based on, you know, getting those initial benchmarks and completing some goals, you can earn your kit reimbursement back, and not just once, but twice by corporate. So that's kind of some of the stuff we have going on right now. Carla, I know I've just been talking pretty quickly, and you know, you haven't really asked that many questions. What questions can I answer for you right now based on what I just chatted about?
Well, I've been taking notes. So are there any like quotas or anything like that are required?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So basically, when you sign up as a consultant, there's, I mean, of course, we have some goals that you want to meet to get your max commission. But really, as an active consultant, in order to be commissionable, you'll have to maintain 100 in sales volume per month. So a lot of us, you know, you can get those from retail orders, but retail orders I kind of am allergic to. I don't, you know, basically like people that buy without being in our preferred customer program, they're not loyal and they pay full cost in shipping. So I don't really, you know, I like to stay away, and I always like to shoot for renewal customers. So a lot of us, the majority of us as active consultants, we enroll in this consultant replenishment program, which is, you know, an $80 minimum per month. And that's where you buy basically your own products at 25% off. So you can be a product of the product, or you can use it to try other products that maybe outside your regimen you're using that you have around the house. Or you can use it for incentives to grow your business, or even gifts, maybe for teachers or for your, mother, your sister-in-law, birthdays. That's what a lot of people do to grow their business. So a lot of us, we enroll in the program, and all that's a tax deductible too, by the way. And then the other part, the other 20 that goes into that $100 sales volume, is going to come from your Pulse subscription. And Pulse is our back office, so you'll have access to, tracking your numbers. It's all this organizational system that's digital, gives you resources. So you'll have that. Plus, you'll get 2 websites with that subscription. You'll get a website for people to be able to purchase their products on your .com website, your product website, or join your team and purchase their startup kit. So you'll get 2 websites from that. So that's kind of the minimum. Like I said, you can do it through CRP and Pulse, which that way you never have to jeopardize your commission. You're an active consultant. You can always be shooting to grow your business for preferred customers. Or you can get that from retail purchases as well. Does that make sense? I know, and we'll send you, more of like a detailed email after this call. There's all kinds of videos and things like that even explain it more. I think the first 3 months I had no idea. I just knew I was enrolled in a CRP. So I know it can be confusing, but does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, cool. Any other questions about the business or the products or?
The products sound great. I've seen a lot of great before and afters. It sounds really interesting. I am still just a little bit worried about the time. I'm worried about what my husband is going to think. And then just like in terms of getting started, like the cost and everything.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, those are totally normal. With the cost, and again, you're a nurse. I'm just going to throw that out there again, that being a nurse, like, you are around a lot of other people, and busy people do tend to do better than people that are maybe in their house all day. So, and that's the beauty of social media too, is that we have that at our fingertips to leverage, that you don't have to be throwing parties, you don't have to be doing, all kinds of stuff outside of that. You can really just organize your posts, and we'll work with you on all kinds of time management strategies. But because it's a virtual business that doesn't involve parties and paperwork and inventory, you'll kind of see that it's much easier to fit in and fun. A lot of us are really, actually use it as our me time. So those are kind of the benefits. And then as far as starting up, most of us are going to go with the $695 or the $995 option. Those are our 2 big business kits. And of course, we have the kit reimbursement program right now. So, that's that. So you kind of want to go with the bigger kit, and that's where you're going to get, it's the only time you're going to get 50% off on your product. So, sorry, can you hold on just, I'm sorry. I keep having children and relatives come in, and it's not easy to concentrate with that. But usually I will say, we have several different options before I just jump in $695. I kind of got thrown off there. Hold on a second. Okay, so we'll just, my internet's unstable. Okay, so usually when they ask me about like how to start up or whatever it is, I'll say, there's several different options as far as startup costs, but the 2 that I highly recommend, and the one that, I myself came on with and Jen came on with, are the big business kits. And that's really so you can be, are you guys hearing me? Okay, are you guys hearing me? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry. People just keep coming into my area, and it's really distracting, but I'm living at home with my parents right now. Don't even ask. It's terrible. Oh my God. Okay. So when they ask me, or sometimes I just go and I tell them about the startup kits, it just kind of depends on the flow of the three-way call. But usually I'll say, there's several different ways to get started based on your budget. If you're, seriously considering, growing this business, working this business, what I recommend is either our business building kits. So we have a couple of business building kits. We have our $9.95 RFX kit, which is great. I mean, it has pretty much everything and anything that you need. You've got 3 months worth of mini facials. You'll get all of our regimens. You'll get 2 rollers to display. You get an eye cream. You get lip renewing serum. So it's got everything and anything you really do want. It's got the acute care to basically be a product of the products and successfully launch your business. And you're also going to have the opportunity to earn $1,000 cash back, not just once, but twice. So that's a really popular way to get started. Again, these products are 50% off, so it's a huge value. And then there's the $6.95 kit, which is our big business kit. And, either one, you'll be successful. It's just a matter of, $9.95 is probably a better value. But the $6.95 is great. It's actually what I went with, and clearly I've done all right. But the $6.95 includes 4 regimens, one of your choice. You're going to get the roller system as well. You're going to get stuff to make mini facials right away to start growing your business. You're going to get an eye cream. So that's a really, really great place to get started. And again, these are tax write-offs. So you can write off your kit and be successful. Do you have any questions about that, Carla?
Nope.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I do now. As far as your husband goes, my husband was super skeptical too when I got started. So, I can actually give you his phone number if you want to give your husband his cell. He'll even, talk about it. He's super supportive now. He's kind of seen what it's done for our family. We also have a couple of calls that husbands can listen to. We have a Team Give men's call from some of the husbands on their perspectives. So I can send you that too. But he can call me, he can call my husband. We want him to, feel comfortable with you doing this. So I'm happy to talk to him. My husband's happy to talk to him as well. All right.
Sounds good.
And did you have anything else that you wanted to add, or?
Couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. No, I think that's good. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, you ladies have a good night. And then if you can just give her your email, we'll, send you the kind of the wrap up, give you the, the overview of the kits, and, we'll follow up with you soon. I hope that you will consider giving us a go. Awesome. See ya. All right, guys. So that's kind of the 3-way call. And I know that was really longer than maybe I wanted, but I did want to tell you some of the things. And usually it's better when we have people that are interjecting and, you can kind of feel people out. And if I'm really getting crickets, it's one of those things that you have to adjust to. If the person's really not asking anything, I'll go kind of quicker. But if they seem really interested and they want to know more, that's kind of the guideline that I follow, and I'll post kind of a script. And so really what you do is you want to tell your story, in the beginning, and then you want to talk about kind of the history, like our retail history, why we made the decision to go to direct sales, and how we've redefined direct sales, without the inventory, without the paperwork.
Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry. Also, just had this question today about the pyramid scheme thing. Someone asked that today, and I thought that was a really good question, and something that I kind of came back to them with was, and I think I'd heard you say this, Jenny, if Coca-Cola suddenly stopped selling in stores and they moved to a direct sales model, would you think that was a pyramid scheme? Because that's what this is a premium brand moving to the direct sales model. So I thought that was a great way to a good comparison. I didn't know if you had any other.
Oh yeah, and we have, I love the pyramid scheme. I just kind of laugh at that. I'm like, really? You think that these doctors who are billionaires would be, just wanted to get themselves involved with something illegal, because pyramid schemes are illegal. And, you know, we're a reputable brand. We actually have very, very satisfied customers. We're the fastest growing in America. And as far as pyramids go, what do you think, you know, happens at work? There's a boss, there's a CEO at the top, there's, you know, associate managers. It's a pyramid in corporate America. And this is a business where, you know, just an example, I got in much sooner than the two girls that, you know, got me into this business, and I promoted above them about a year before they got to my level, and I'm still promoted above those girls to this day. So if it was a pyramid, a true pyramid, that wouldn't be possible. So, you know, I always just kind of use that as an example. You guys can use, you know, whatever. Like, there's people that get into this business that treat it like a business, and they're going to promote above people that get them in if they're not working the business. So we have a compliance department that highly regulates the whole pyramid, you know, even if that was something that could, you know, people were buying inventory or doing stuff on the side. That's why we have a compliance department, is to make sure that illegal activity or questionable, shady activity isn't, you know, going down. So yeah, I mean, and we have a new marketing, I think, a new marketing materials and shareable about the pyramid, why we're not a pyramid scheme. So, or what a pyramid scheme is and what we're not. So yeah, and my dad even said that today. He was like, how's your team going? Because I'm living with my dad, and he just comes in during these calls and really annoys me. And I'm like, yeah, it's going well. I'm doing really well with my business. And I told him some numbers of what he goes, yeah, must have some of those, a lot of people getting other people. It's like a pyramid, right? I was like, yep, Dad, it's a pyramid, you know. It's like, just like corporate America. Like, so you know, people are going to think what they're going to think. And it's just, you got to get those people that are going to think a little differently. And they're the ones that are going to, you know, be successful. But some people are always going to think what they're going to think. That's why you got to keep reaching out, because you'll find people that are able to expand their brains. Okay, so I'm not sure. So yeah, going back to like the three-way call, just like the breakdown, it's basically the BPPO, and it's the brand, the products, press, and the opportunity. So, you know, the press, it's more free press. And, you know, I talked about the products after I get through like the history of like where we've come, we've redefined the direct selling model. Then I go in and I touch on the products. So I tell them about Multimed Therapy. I kind of just briefly explain like each of, you know, the main products. And then I talk about, you know, hey, we're in Canada, going to Australia. I should have said something like, hey, we have a new product coming out in October. That's going to be a huge deal. So stay stuff like that. Then I talk about the opportunity. I'll talk about our team, the opportunity with being on Team Give. I'll talk about the corporate incentives, the Lead the Way program, you know, commission. And then I kind of just open it up for questions that they have. And that's kind of how it works. And I really never say, okay, you want to get started? I mean, I guess you can say that. Like you can ask, you can pitch and shut up and just say, hey, you know, how are you feeling right now about getting started? They'll usually tell you, you know, you'll kind of feel that out. Like, but I don't press them. I like them to be able to talk to their husbands, honestly, and talk with their significant other, because I don't want them giving me their credit card and then finding out husbands like, you know, oh, you're going to need to return that. I'd rather just, you know, let them think about it. And that's what follow-up's for. So in 2 days, I send them the email. In 2 days, hey, you know, it was great talking the other night. And maybe I'll do an incentive like, hey, this month we're doing, you know, free eye creams on the $6.95 kit, or we're doing $50 cash back, or whatever it is. Follow up that way and then get them in.
I just had one other little tip. I was reading this recruiting book, and it said a great way to end the call is tell the person, you know, it's great that we've been able to chat today, and if you find yourself thinking about this over the next couple of days, if it kind of keeps popping into your mind, that's probably a really good sign that this is something that is for you. So just to kind of like take it away a little bit and kind of put it out there, just sort of put it on them, and it makes it very pressure free too, which I kind of like.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about three-way calls? Like any concerns about them, or you know, anything we can answer about, you know, why they're important, anything like that? Y'all get it. You're all gonna do them. All right, good. Okay, so the incentive that I'm running through now through the end of the month of June, really going to jumpstart it. Anybody who completes a three-way call, any three-way call completed, I'm going to give you $10 through the end of the month. All right, $10. It can add up. You do a three-way call every single day. The rest of the month, that's like a lot of money. I'm going to fall over. Sorry. So rob me and my family. It's okay because we're living with my parents. And I will pay you to do three-way calls. And the best part is I hope that you'll, use the money to, throw back into them. Maybe give them $50 cash back or something, some kind of incentive, or you just get experience. I don't care even if it's just your sister or your cousin that's being nice. I want you guys to get the experience of doing a three-way call and hearing how they go. And they're awkward at first. I'm not going to lie. Like at first they kind of are brutal. My three-way calls that I did in the beginning, they were long, they were kind of bad, but the more you do, the more confident you're going to get and the more, excited. And again, if you're new, that's what your upline's for. Let them help you out. And all you are is what Jen is. What Jen did on this call was just basically like, hey, thank you. And take it away. So get after it. Go do your activity and let me get some money.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How do you convince people to do a three-way call? I've had several people who want to learn more, but when I ask, like, hey, can we do a call? They never are interested.
Carla, do you want to take that? I'm going to try to put him back and all.
Yeah. What I typically do is I first just invite them to get on the phone with me. So I'll say, hey, if they start asking a lot of questions, like they want to learn more, I never send specific information over Messenger or text or anything. I just say, yep, I would love to just chat with you for about, 15, 20 minutes about how we earn commission. I can tell you about the company and what the opportunity is all about. And so I just first am inviting them to get on the phone with me. And then once they agree to jump on a call with me, I'll follow up and say, hey, would you mind if I, patched in my friend Jenny, just make it really casual, business, a little bit longer than me. And I just want to make sure that we really answer all of the questions that you have. And it's just nice to hear another perspective too, if that's cool with you.
Okay.
Get really just very relaxed and, something like that. Erin,
and that's why, you also want to kind of just in case they're being super weird, which I don't think anybody's going to be weird. I mean, but you might want to have some notes in front of you, like a little outline to give them to brief them on it, and I think anybody that's kind of been through the process, you can, and even if you can take them through that initial talk, and just kind of say, you know what, that's where you could even close them on the three-way call. You could even say, okay, so, to be honest, I'm rather new to this myself. And I was just going to see if you'd mind. I'm going to get Callie on the line. She's my good friend. She's really rocking this business. She's kicking some butt in it. So it's always good to kind of get her perspective too. It's no pressure at all. But, I just want to make sure that I get all your questions answered as I am still fairly new, but, it's just to see if it's going to be a good fit. And she's really a sweetheart. She's a really cool person. So I'd love to patch her in. And if not, if you don't have time to do that today, or if that's not comfortable with you, I can kind of give you some of the basics on it and maybe an email. But I would like to set up a call with Callie because she's really someone I would love for you to talk to. She's kind of our team leader. So, even if you can just do that basic call, on the phone's a huge win because you're able to develop that rapport and everything. And also just being straight up honest with people, being as direct as you can in your reach outs and just saying, hey, I'm still new to this, incorporate it into your reach out. And I just want to see if you would get on the line with myself and my friend, my partner in this, Callie. We've been working together. We would love to kind of give you the info, call it an info call and call it your friend. Don't ever call it a three-way call.
Okay.
I'm going to see if you get on an info call about the business and talk to me and my partner. She's my great friend, no pressure at all, just to see if it's a good fit.
Okay,
And
sounds
usually
good.
people, because if you ambush them, that can backfire sometimes.
Yeah.
So try to be as direct as you can. Now, if you feel like that person, you're good enough to like, get them on your own. Like a lot of times Carla will talk to somebody on her own. Maybe it's like today she had one of her college girlfriends and they had to catch up on some other stuff, kind of did a rapport building call, but they touched on the business. And then at the end, she was like, hey, I'd like for you to talk with Jenny. She's my partner. And, it's always good to kind of introduce her because they're going to be so much more solid when they come on the business because they already know somebody else. They're feeling more confident about it. They have, and then they're going to be able to use that into their own business versus, them just trying to do it all themselves, which they're going to get burnt out on. So, yeah. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else got a question? $10. Get one. If everybody could just do one 3-way call at the end of the month, that's like huge. I mean, because I think once you do your first one, you're going to see that it's really effective and you're going to want to do more. So that's my challenge to everybody. And I won't take up, I know I already took up a ton of time. So I'm going to stop the recording and say bye. Put my all right. Hey, Carla, how do I just push stop recording? What do I do?
I don't know. So just, yeah, try it.
I don't even know what to do.